Hi, I'm Brian Preer, tutoring high school biology. Today's topic, the digestive and excretory systems. They go pretty much hand in hand. Let's start out with the digestive system. Digestion starts in the mouth. This is pretty much chewing. Mechanical digestion helps break the food down, but there's also an enzyme in your saliva called amylase. This helps break down starches in, well, things like rice. All this chewing and stuff converts the food into something known as a bolus. Then you swallow and it moves down to the esophagus, the tube that connects your mouth to your stomach. Now you may go, wait a minute, I know there are two tubes there, one's a trachea, one's an esophagus. Well, something called the epiglottis will cover the trachea when you're swallowing, so you don't swallow food down to your lungs and kill yourself. Okay, the bolus will then move down the esophagus. You might go, okay, gravity pulls it down. It helps, but the main movement is done through something called peristalsis. See, the stomach goes through this motion, if you will. It keeps compressing and contracting. That's called peristalsis. And it causes undulations in the esophagus as well that moves the bolus down and into the stomach. It enters the stomach through something called the cardiac sphincter. It's just a flap. Okay, once you're in the stomach, a lot of chemical digestion happens. You know your stomach is filled with acid. In fact, your stomach accidentally digests itself every few days. Well, I think actually weeks. Anyway, it's also got a bunch of enzymes that'll help digest proteins and fats, all that good stuff. And of course it's doing peristalsis as well, to further mechanical digestion. Once you're done in the stomach, you have what's called a chyme. And this chyme moves through the pyloric valve, another flap, into the small intestine. In the small intestine, your chyme gets mixed with enzymes from the pancreas and some substances from the liver. See, the substances from the liver will help the enzymes from the pancreas mix in with the chyme. Sometimes they can't quite do it on their own. The enzymes will help break down fats and other substances like that. The small intestine is where a lot of the nutrition will be absorbed. See, it's covered with these things called villi, and here's a quick diagram of them. Notice that they're folded over each other. This increases the surface area, which increases diffusion. So nutrients will diffuse out of your chyme and into your blood in the small intestine. Then you move on into the large intestine. This is where water is diffused out. After that, you just have solid waste, and if you've lived for any appreciable amount of time, you'll know how that gets eliminated. Now, onward to the excretory system. We've already described one part kind of by accident. Let's just talk about the kidneys. The kidneys do a lot in your body. They remove waste, they regulate blood pH, they regulate H2O. And a lot of textbooks give this very intimidating picture of the kidney, lots of loops and stuff. You don't need to worry about the exact function of the loops until AP Biology. Here's the breakdown of the kidney. Blood enters the kidney. It goes into something called the nephron. The nephron is the functional unit of the kidney. The nephron purifies blood, and purified blood obviously leaves the nephron. Everything it filters out of the blood is called a filtrate. Now, this could be both good and bad. There will be some waste in the blood. There will be some, say, amino acids, proteins, good things. The good things go back into the blood. The bad things, too much salt, too much acidity, go into the urine, and that's how the kidneys work. To recap, digestion starts in the mouth. Mechanical digestion through chewing and breakdown of starches through the enzyme amylase. This makes a bolus. The bolus enters the esophagus, which is a tube that goes from your mouth to your stomach. The epiglottis covers the trachea while this is going on. The bolus moves through the esophagus through peristalsis, motion of the stomach, and enters the stomach through the cardiac sphincter. In the stomach, chemical digestion occurs, and also peristalsis helps break the food down more. It then leaves the stomach through the pyloric valve and is now known as a chyme. In the small intestine, enzymes from the pancreas will mix with the chyme. Substances from the liver will help the enzymes from the pancreas mix with the chyme. Here, a lot of absorption of nutrients occurs through the villi, which are folded upon each other to increase surface area and therefore diffusion. In the large intestine, water is removed from the chyme and then solid waste is ultimately eliminated, which is part of the excretory system. The main part of the excretory system, though, we're going to look at kidneys. These remove waste, maintain blood pH, and regulate blood water. Basically what happens, blood enters the nephron, which is the functional unit of the kidney, and is purified. Purified blood leaves the nephron, and what's left over is the filtrate. Whatever's good in the filtrate, things like amino acids, proteins, so on and so forth, re-enter the blood. Everything else to maintain good blood balance goes into the urine. Alright, that's all for now. Again, I'm Brian Preer. See you next time.